joining today. Again, there will be a breve présentation, and afterwards, if you have any questions, please signal to me, and I'll run through the questions from media. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Jocelyn. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us, in addition to the members of our team who were here with us earlier, we have Jean Laporte, who's the Chief Operating Officer of the Transportation Safety Board, as well as Greg Kent from Traffic Management. As we did this morning, we'll provide you with a brief update on what we know about this morning's tragic accident before we open up for questions. This morning, just before 9 a.m., an OC Transpo bus and Via rail train collided near the intersection of Woodruff Avenue and Fallowfield, resulting in 6 fatalities and 31 persons injured. The sorrow that we all feel is deep, and I'm sure shared by all residents of Ottawa, and in fact, all of Canada. We've lost 6 of our neighbors, people who started off this bright sunny day, as we all did, heading from their homes and loved ones to go about with their daily lives. And then this terrible tragedy struck, and in literally a moment, we've lost 6 residents of our city. Hundreds of others, family members, friends, and colleagues were also affected today, and a void has been left in these lives that will be impossible to fill. On this very difficult day in Ottawa, we are very appreciative of the outpouring of condolences and words of support we've heard from both those within and outside our city. En ce jour très difficile à Ottawa, nous sommes très reconnaissants.
That detailed safety assessment was reviewed by CN, accepted by CN. CN approved and entered into a crossing agreement with the city. And I also know that detailed safety assessment was reviewed by both the city and CN with Transport Canada officials in early 2005.
Chief Bordeleau, could you just repeat the last question that you said in French and English for the English meeting? Thank you.
It's a follow-up to a question was asked this morning. Were there any collisions at this intersection? And we've checked our records, and there have been no collisions at this intersection since 2002, which our records date back to.
John Willing, Ottawa Sun.
Was there any damage to any of the arms or any other signals at the crossing? And I have one question also for Mr. Manconi. I just was wondering what kind of recording equipment would be on the double-decker bus?
Yeah, with respect to the arm, that's something that we are looking at right now. So again, I don't have a specific answer to that question, but we are definitely examining the signals and the arms to ensure that they were functioning properly, and as well to attest to their condition.
With respect to the buses, as you're aware, we have GPS on our vehicles, and anything that is required by the investigating agencies will be turning that over to them.
I can get that information. I don't have it with me presently. Many have been released since we've spoke first this morning, and the last information I had, there were still several in hospital, actually in surgery as well too. So if you wish, I can get you that information and provide it to you.
What's the most recent information that you have that you can provide to us?
I don't have those numbers with me presently. I mean, I can get them for you if you want.
David Ridley, Ottawa Citizen.
Questions for Mr. Manconi. Before today, have there been a conspicuous number of complaints about the brakes on the double-decker models compared to other buses in the fleet?
Again, because it's an ongoing investigation, I'm not going to get into any specifics about allegations out there. What I will tell you is the double-deckers were purchased, they were inspected, they're deemed safe, they go through all the appropriate inspections. They're on the road, and unless we hear anything from any of the investigating authorities that they should not be out there, we're going to continue to use the double-deckers accordingly. Instances that would make any vehicle unsafe, we would not be putting it in service. We have vigorous protocols in place, regular inspections, we have MTO certification, and to my knowledge, there's nothing on that vehicle that would warrant it not being out in service today. It met all its inspection records, and we have a very rigorous program. We've been audited by MTO recently, we've passed, and so all the appropriate measures are in place. And I want to assure the public that our priority with any vehicle that we use is safety.
The woman in the red blazer here.
Kelsey Johnson, Politics. I think the question goes to Mr. Kirkpatrick. I'm wondering, when was the last time that crossing was inspected for safety?
So I am unaware of the last time, but and I was looking into this afternoon. So all of these crossings are audited regularly by Transport Canada. I don't know the last time, but they are audited. The operation of them are audited regularly.
And regularly, could you give an idea of timeline?
I can't. I'll follow up with you.
The gentleman in the gray suit here, please.
Murray Mercer with the Canadian Press. Mr. Manconi, my question relates to crossings, whether or not any of your drivers have complained about line of sight issues at that crossing in particular.
Again, as you can appreciate, that would be part of the investigation. I don't have any of that information, but certainly I can assure you the agencies will be looking into history associated with that crossing, and we'll come up through that process.
Laura Mueller.
Laura Mueller, Metro. Mr. Lapointe, you mentioned if you find deficiencies or safety issues at the crossing, you would make that known, identify those issues to the agencies. Does the TSB have power to require any changes to the crossing, or what would be the process that would flow from that?
So the TSB it does not have authority to regulate or enforce any regulations. So we will conduct an independent, thorough investigation. We will then share our findings and, if appropriate, make recommendations to the appropriate authorities for them to take corrective actions.
Can I just follow, Jocelyn? Mr. Mayor, would you be willing to take corrective action at that crossing? What would the city be willing to do if those deficiencies are identified?
Well, obviously, any deficiencies that are found on any of our roads or crossings or vehicles, of course, we take immediate action, and we will work collaboratively with the TSB. And in my discussion with Minister Raitt earlier today, I indicated that our police and OC Transpo and city officials will be working very closely, and I've given a direction that we're to be as cooperative as possible to make sure that we get to the bottom of what the cause of the accident was and how to prevent these in the future.